Hi everyone, this is Lena. Hi, welcome to my YouTube tutorial channel, and I'm recording in the kitchen because it's the brightest room in the house. Everything is like low light and everything, and I don't know why, but I've been so busy in the last month just to record things and everything, so I literally just had a few spare moments to record this intro to this beautiful craft that I've created using some book pages. Now you can get these old books from any thrift stores, secondhand stores. Now you try and remember to buy a book that's quite old, and so the pages are more yellowed and with time, and that's going to give you a more rustic feel. It's going to look amazing, where if you use a more modern style of book, the pages will be white, so you're not going to get that sort of rustic bohemian look. So try and look for a more aged book. So I'm just going to, because I'm actually using my phone to record, so I'm going to flip my phone over and I'm going to show you this craft that everybody's been asking me to do, which is the book page wreath. And I'll show you, I've already got one, so I had to make another one, so I've ended up with two, but it's fine because I can group them all together and it's going to look absolutely amazing. Give me a sec, let me flip the phone over and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So this is the one that everybody's been requesting for me to do. This one I've already had here for quite a while. It doesn't, on camera it looks quite yellow, but it's not. The pages are very old and you know, some of them are a little bit bent. Now when you do this craft, try not to use the ones with the pictures like I did here. This was trial and error, it was learning, because you can see them. So if you can discard the ones with the pictures, and that way it doesn't look odd. But I got away with it and I still managed to create this beautiful look. So I'm going to take you upstairs where I have the second one that I did. This one is using the full page. And what I mean by full page is it's this size page, and the one that I'm going to be showing you in the tutorial is the half a page. So you need to follow along for the tutorial to see how I created. So like I said, it's in the evening here and this is the only time I could record this, and this is the other one. This is using the half page, and as you can see I didn't use any pages with pictures on it, and this is how it came out. So if you like this tutorial, give me a thumbs up. Let's crack on. So you're going to be needing a circular cardboard that you can just cut out. I just used my compass to draw out the circle, or you can use a plate. And then you're going to use a book. Like I said, the older the pages, the better. And you're literally going to tear from the seam some pages out, quite a few pages. I can't tell you how many, but I just did a whole bunch. It's always good to have some spares. And you're also going to remove some of the glue from the edges of the pages that you'll see there on the side. And once you've done that, you're going to fold the pages in half. So once you've folded your pages half, you're going to then cut this page in half by using a pair of scissors, or you can use a guillotine, or you can use a very sharp knife as if you're opening an envelope. So there's many ways of stepping up the process of cutting these pages in half. But like I said before in my intro of the video, you can leave the pages full and do a bigger wreath. So this wreath will come out smaller because the cones will be smaller. So now you have all your pages cut down. You're going to, there's quite a few there. This is not the first batch, trust me. So you're going to start rolling these pages into cones. So you want to leave the cut edge, that's the bit that you're going to have as the pointed end of the cone so that you don't see it. So you're going to insert your thumb and twist and hold in the bottom. It does take a little bit of trial and error to get used to making little cones, and I just dab a little bit of white school glue on the tip of the cone, and that holds it in place. Just hold it for a few seconds, and then that's your first cone done. Now the tighter you pull your cone, the smaller it gets, so try not to make them too big or too small. Try and keep them relatively the same throughout. So finally, after so many cone making, I have 2 basket loads of cones, and it's good to get your cones done, and then gluing them down will be a lot easier. So try and get all your cones out the way, and then we can concentrate on the next step. So here you don't have to do this, but I'm going to use a Sharpie pen just to draw some lines through my circles so that when I'm gluing my cones down, it gives me a bit of a guideline, and trust me, this will help you a lot. It'll keep your cones in a neater circle, it'll keep them evenly, and you can sort of get your bearings as to where you are when you're gluing your cones down. So once I've drawn all my lines, I'm just going to then place some hot glue on one of the triangles on the nearest section here, and that's going to be where I'm going to start off. So I'm just placing my cones to see where I'm going to be starting, and you just want to quite a generous amount on the edge there, and you insert your fingers inside the cones to press it down. Just be careful, the glue is quite hot, always take care, and just glue all your cones down. I'm doing like 5, 5, and so on until I complete the whole circle. So really this is self-explanatory. You just glue all your cones down. I'm pressing them quite firmly, and then I'll later go in and fluff the cones back up again, and then you're going to repeat the same process. You're going to go back in on top of the first circle that you've done, but this time you're going to glue the second row of cones. You're just going to shift them down slightly, so you're creating like a step going inwards, going down to the center. And that's how you're going to get this beautiful effect once you've finished. So I'm just going to speed up the process. I've slowed down the very important parts so you can see where I'm placing my cones, and I do give a generous amount of glue to make sure my cones stay in place. And then the third ring of cones, you're going to glue it slightly down until you reach the center. So as you can see here, this is the third row, the third circle, and I've glued the first cone slightly down, and you're going to repeat the process. You're going to go all the way around, and then when you get to the fourth circle, you're going to move them down slightly until you reach the center. So as we're nearing to the center of the cone and the tail gets in the way, what I do is I place a little bit of glue on the actual cone, and if you can see, I'm holding it on my hand. I've bent the tip of the cone and just basically folded it in half so that it fits nicely into the center of our wreath. So this is your wreath complete. Now, if you find that your wreath is a little bit skewy, it's not a perfect circle, that's easily fixed. What you're going to do is then flip the wreath upside down. So you're going to turn it over. And once you've turned your wreath over, we're going to do another line of another circle of cones, but this time we're doing it the opposite way. We're going to make sure that the cones are overlapping on the outer section of the cones that you see there, so that they stick out more. So it creates a little bit a more depth to your wreath. If you can see there, I've missed a little bit of filming there, but I'm just literally overlapping, so the cones are already glued down, they're under the cones that I'm sticking down already. Can you see I'm actually overlapping them on top of the cones, so that way when we flip the wreath back over, you will actually see those cones that I'm going down now. And then once this project is done, you just cut another cardboard circle, glue that on top. I actually lost the footage of that, but you're just going to glue another circle, cardboard circle on top of this to give it a nice neat finish. And you're just going to place a little hook there or a little bit of twine so you can hang it. But make sure the jute rope that you're going to use for hanging is a little bit down so that you don't actually see it when you hang your wreath up on the wall. And voila, here's your wreath. It's very simple to do. It really doesn't take that long to do. The only thing that takes a long time to do is actually making the cones, but you can quite easily sit down, watch a Netflix program or something while you're making this. You can even ask your hubby to make it with you or something. You know, it's quite quick once you get the hang of it, how to make these little cones. And look how beautiful it looks amazing. I might actually group them together. I think that would look quite nice. They will look nice over the bed, as a, you know, on the background of the bed. I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. It doesn't cost a lot to do. It's very inexpensive, and you've got a great piece of art on your wall as well. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget, leave a thumbs up, leave a comment if you like this tutorial, and hopefully I'll see you again next week for another craft on Lena's Home Creations. Thanks for watching. Bye.